guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ajayi Bembe. You're welcome. If this is your first time, girls, guys, where have you been? Please hit the subscribe button below, and a special shout out to everyone who has subscribed. You guys are the best. So today I want to talk to my fellow Nigerians or Africans, that want to migrate to the US or to Europe, or anywhere you just want to live, especially to Canada, like the way Nigerians are rushing, like Canada. Okay, let's be serious now. For those who want to migrate, let me just give a quick disclaimer. I am not here to discourage anybody from migrating to the US. Like, I've had so many people ask me, hey, how did you do it? I want to come, show me the way and all of that. And as much as I can give advice and tell you, hey, these are the ways you can come. I mean, I've had a few people come on my DMs or my message to ask me, hey, what are the several ways at which I can come to the US? And I give them some advice that I can. I mean, I don't know much. Like I said, I'm only here for a program, so I'm not here to discourage anybody. If you want to come, if you have your papers, if you gain admission, I mean, there are amazing schools here. Like, I mean, you have to be here legally though. Trust me, you don't want to be an illegal immigrant in this country. Like, literally, you don't. It's like they don't have a life. They don't have a life, because you want to rent apartments, they're asking you for your credit score, they're asking you for like your immigration documents, they're asking you different police reports and all of those things. So it's literally, if you don't have papers, you almost cannot stay in this country unless you have somebody that you sneak in. And I mean, we've seen so many videos of people trying to sneak into Europe, and in the desert they die, some die in the in the ocean. And I mean, most of us have already seen those videos, and we see how sad it actually is. So I would not even recommend you to come through the backyard. Let's jump right into it. What are some of the reasons why Nigerians want to migrate outside of the country? Apart from the fact that Nigeria, in short, everything circle around the fact that Nigeria is hard. And I don't blame you guys, to be honest. Like, even transportation. God, I can't remember the last time I had mosquito bites. Like, every time I think of going back, there are two feelings. One, I'm excited, like I can't wait to go home to see my family, to see my friends. But when I think of some of the things that made me pray that God take me out of this country, like, I'm like, oh God, I can't believe, like, I'm going back to Nepal, I'm going back to shortage of water supply and all of those things. Let us talk. Why do people want to come to the US? The first thing is quality of life. And to be honest, I'm going to blame the Nigerians that are living abroad for this, because to be honest, people don't tell you the truth. The Africans here make it look like everything is rosy, is bliss, is glamorous, over here. Just come, like, I'm living the life and all of those things. I will tell you the truth, it's a lie. 90% of those people, now there are 10% of them that could be telling the truth. I mean, there are Nigerians here whose fathers are politicians, whose mothers are, business tycoons and all of that. So they've already set the plan for them. When they come here, they don't struggle for apartment like I did. For a whole month, I had no idea where I was going to live. I was staying in a hostel when I came here. Hostel with, I think, 8 people in the room, because I was still trying to look for apartment, to look for we'll get there. We'll get there. But the quality of life, we are running away from Nigeria because the quality of life there is like, it's terrible. People don't, there's no food, there's no lights, there's no water, there's mosquito, there's even the means of transportation, like you enter downfall with like there is plenty things. We make it seem like quality of life here is great, and to be honest, it is. There's 24 hours power supply. You can drive any kind of cars, no matter how low it is, that you won't be repairing every month. Like, so there are lots of benefits like that you can get here. Now, that being said, my dear, those things you are seeing, those things that are here, they are not cheap. Now, if you are not ready to work hard in this country, don't even bother to come. See, if you don't have a skill, if you don't have at least a master's degree, I'll tell you, even the Black Americans who are born here, the kind of jobs they take. I work in a non-profit, so I see a lot of these things. Gateman job, like, construction workers and all of those things. Those are the kind of job, like, so most of them get. In a job that a black person and a white person, oh, I'm jumping the gun. I was going to talk about racism next, like last, but I'm just trying to let you know that even for the people that are here, that are like born here, they don't even have the luxury. Like, they don't have it. Not to talk of you that you're coming from another country. And I will tell you, the economy in the US is set up in such a way that it is very difficult for a foreigner to actually make it in this country. Forget everything they are posting online. See, the way I dress up now, you will think I have some money in my account. If I tell you how much is in my account, if I like, and I can go to Channel Square, or I can go to 42nd Street and take a picture and pose and everything and post it on Instagram, and you would think I am actually living life. My dear, don't be deceived. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't be deceived. Be well informed. If you want to come, fine. If you are really, see, let me tell you, if you are very well educated, at least you have a master's degree, and you come here and you get a job, and I will advise you, make sure that you already have the job before you come here, because getting employment in this country for good jobs, so it's very difficult. If you want menial jobs, like, security man, like mortuary workers, like, us cleaners, even babysitters, nannies, my dear, you will get those jobs. But if you want to come here and like hammer and everything, yeah. So talking about quality of life, there's quality here, but it is not cheap. My dear, when I came to the US, I had a long hair. Maybe I'll put a picture of my fine hair when I came. When I came here, I cut off my hair because the very first shot, I came here with braids, and I wanted to go and do my hair in the salon. No, I wanted to take off my hair because, where I come from, like, you can do your hair and you can choose not to take it off. You can just enter a salon, pay 500 naira, they will take it off for you. And I've been used to that life even since when I came from Ghana. I don't like taking off my hair. So I decided to call on the salon that, hey, I've had this hair for a month. I would like to take off my hair. How much, like, what's the range? The lady said, oh, you come and then we'll look at how many it is and then we'll tell you the price. But I'm like, okay, let's just give me a range. She was like, okay, but we start from like $250. 200 and what? 200 and what? $250 to remove. And in my mind, I was thinking that like the highest it can go is like $50. Like, I mean, I am not that rich, but at least I can like, to spare me the pain of taking off the hair, I can actually do that. $250. I said no problem. You know what I did? I called like 3 other salons, and then I asked my friend who has been here for a while, my friend's sister, and then she told me, hey, is it? And then she told me that, why do you think I am a local? Do you think it's by choice? And then I called a few other salons, and I realized that that's like the actual cost. So, my dear, I also joined the gang. I carried scissors, I cut the braid, I removed it, and the next minute I went to the barbing salon and I had them take it off because I cannot afford it. That's the long and short of the story. But that is just for you to see how things are difficult, to losing your hair. Now, if you want to make it unko, like this, just to take it off. If you want to make it unko, like, how much am I going to make it? How much am I earning? The other thing, like, people told me when I was coming here was, don't worry, don't bring clothes. Yes, there are plenty stores, there are clothes here. You don't have to bring clothes, just bring food, Nigerian food. And which is true, because Nigerian food are very expensive. Well, oh my god, they are very expensive. If you want to get like quality Nigerian food that has not expired, or not the one they imported 5 years ago and is still in the fridge and all of those things, if you actually want to get Nigerian food, it is expensive. So they will tell you bring food, but for clothes, you will get clothes are very expensive. To make your hair is difficult. Now let's even go deep into it. When I came here, I was already told, hey, we'll be paying you so amount of money. And in Nigeria, that's like a lot of money, and I've already made plans. The amount of money I will save, the amount of things I will buy, and all of those things. Hey, because I already like, okay, bad as it bad, I'll get an apartment, $300. I will even get a room. I didn't want to be proud. I said I will get a room, like share a room, an apartment, get a room in an apartment, and share, a shared apartment, and I'll be able to save this amount of money and everything. Then I came to the US. Number one, to even get apartment, especially in New York City, in DC, in Maryland, in I can't remember this other country. Like, I have like colleagues everywhere in this country, and they would tell, like, to get apartment, to get a room is number one war, because we'll get to racism first, because you are a black person. That's number one. And most white people don't want to give their houses to black people. They don't care if you're a Nigerian. See, all this now we say, it's weird that we can say you are Yoruba, you are Igbo. Here, whether you are Yoruba, Igbo, Nigerian, Malawi and everything, as far as you have black skin color, you are a black, and for them to give a black person their house, my dear, that's a story for another day. So, but even like getting it is hard. And then the apartment I was getting for one room in a shared house, my dear, I'm paying close to, when I just moved here, the first house I was staying, I was paying close to $1,000. $1,000. My school fees when I was in Ghana and I attended the private school was $1,500. I was paying over 60% of my school fees for a house rent, and this is not a year's payment, 1 month payment. When I paid that one for like 4 months, and I saw that this situation you could tell me long is not all right. I also had a friend who was also paying $1,000 for a room. I'm like, Charlie, we can both be in this room and cut the amount into. Now I'm paying almost $700 for a shared room. This is not one. That is the rent. That's my whole year rent in Nigeria. My whole year rent, 1 year in a room and a parlor self-contained. Like $700. Every time they pay me salary at the end of the month, and the first thing I do is to remove all my bills. Now I take that. It doesn't include transportation. I take the train every day, so to work. So that means if you're working within the city, your transportation, you can buy a metro card for a whole month. So that costs about almost $130. Now, if you're working outside, that's like almost times 2. It depends on how much distance you cover, and it's different with every city. In DC, it's different. DC, you pay by the amount of distance you cover. In New York, like anywhere you go, no matter where you go within the New York City, you can take a train, and that's the amount you pay for a month. Now, it doesn't include feeding. It does not include clothes. It does not include you want to go out. I don't see. We'll talk about relationship also. God, I hope I have time to talk about this. You want to go out where? You go to restaurants. By the time you even see the prices for chicken, nobody will tell you, my dear. Nobody will tell you. So yes, there's quality of life. They have amazing restaurants, especially in New York City. There's no restaurant you will not find. Spanish, Italian, Mexican, European, Nigerian, Malawian. You will see everything here. But if you can afford it, why not? So quality of life is here. You will get quality, but it's not cheap. You have to pay for it. The second point is healthcare. Now, this one I will blame both our rich Nigerians and mostly our politicians, who, when they have a headache, United States, when something happens, United States, they are going for treatment and all of those things, and they go for it because, again, they can afford it. There is healthcare here. Like, if I did not have insurance, there's no way I would come to this country, because I can imagine, especially with this pandemic thing happening, like not only even if you don't have the virus, the way it's like your mental state, your physical being, like you need health insurance. And unlike Nigeria, where we have NHIS, here the government don't pay for your healthcare. In Canada they do, and I will get to that, but here they don't. And just so you know, even if you come here and they tell you, hey, this is going to be your gross, and it's like $3,000 job and all of those things, 40% of those money is going to the government for your taxes, for your insurance, for your this and for your that. Now, it does not include all the debts that you are paying. Now, let us circle back to quality of life. Now, we see people in the US, they are living the life. They have car, they have house, they have all those things. They are using the latest phone and all of those things. My dear, if you are hearing gbese, if you are not in Nigeria, what gbese means is debt. Most people in this country are debt. They are debtors. I'm telling you that when you want to get a house, they will ask you what your credit score. What do you think credit score is? Is your gbese score? Your gbese. How often do you pay your gbese? Like this, this is a country that actually encourages you to take debt. Like literally, I want to buy a phone. There are people that will not sell phone to me because I want to pay. Like I want to buy phone. I have money. Take my money. Use a credit card. They don't even, some of them don't accept debit card. Debit card is like, they will remove it from your account. I'm sure you guys know what debit card is. But they want you to use your credit card so that, I don't know. I don't really know the logic behind that. But they encourage people to live a life of debt. There are people who are still paying for college at 60 years old. They are finished school 25 years ago. They have not finished paying their school fees because they are schooling. You think schooling here is cheap? I had a friend who she was applying she got 60% scholarship. You should have two friends who got 60% scholarship. They're like, The remaining 40%, if you tell me, tell my whole family, we cannot afford it. Schooling here it's freakingly expensive, not just for, and that's for people that are even here, they cannot afford it. People that are born here, even whites that are born here, they are still paying their college fund, they are paying debt, like serious debt. Then you want to buy phone, they'll tell you, oh, don't worry, you can take it for $25, we'll just be removing it from your salary. You want to buy clothes, oh, don't worry, take all the clothes, we'll just be taking $5 from your salary, from your account every month, every week. You want to buy this, they'll say, oh no, you can take it, don't worry, just give us your credit card details, and they'll be taking it from your account by the time everything that you have called or everything you have packed, by the time you start paying for it. So don't be deceived that people are living the life here. They are wearing latest car, they are buying latest food. Some of those people, in short, like, I'm exposed to a lot of like stuff that I cannot even say here, but I'm telling you, majority of the Africans that migrated and live here, especially Ghanaians, Nigerians, they don't have house. Most of them are living in the shelters. And when I talk about shelters, I mean places where they have homeless people. And that's the other thing, there are so many homeless people in the United States. Literally, majority, about 70% of people, US citizens, so these are not even immigrants, they are just one paycheck away from being homeless. Go and check the statistics. Now that this coronavirus thing has started and people have lost their job, many people, we have so many shelters in my company, they are flooded with people because they cannot afford it. I can only imagine. I mean, if I don't get paid for 1 month, I cannot pay my rent. Literally, I cannot. So yes, there's life, there's everything. The moment you lose your job, you are done. So make sure that before you come here, you have something to rely on. You have something that if everything doesn't work out, I have an auntie in Texas, or I have an uncle and people in Texas, like, I hear that they don't pay taxes there. That's why you have so many Nigerians there, because it's our lifestyle. We don't like to pay tax. We like to. Don't let me even go into that before people start coming for me. Maybe we'll talk about that in another comment section. But see, here you pay for electricity, you pay for water, you pay your bills. Nigeria, you pay water bill, you dig a borehole in your backyard. Who has time to be paying water bill? Electricity bill, when NEPA come, you pour water on them, you fight with them and everything because we don't want to pay. And I mean, where some of those instances can be understood. Hey, Jason, can be understood. You understand? You know what I'm trying to say. Coming here, you have to pay your bills. See, if you don't pay, you will stay in the prison like a monkey. A monkey, as in, or they will deport you. So you have to make sure you're paying your bills.